Commissioner Jones, are you on the line? This is Maren from the RTC. On, but he's muted.
This is Commissioner Jones. I can hear you now.
Perfect, thank you.
All right, I think we're ready. Good morning. I'd like to call to order the March 14th, 2024 meeting of the Regional Flood Control District. Just to let you guys know, Chairman Jones, he can't be with us today, but he's most certainly here, not just in spirit, but he's on the phone.
He's on the phone. Mr. Chairman Jones, can you hear us okay? Chairman Jones?
Well, we think he's on the air, so we'll continue.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Let's go to our first agenda item, which is to conduct your first citizens participation period. This is the time set aside for public comment. This time is limited to comments on items that's included on the agenda. Those wishing to speak on posted agenda item, now is your opportunity. Please come forward to the microphone to provide your name and comments for the record. Each individual is limited to 3 minutes for their comments and cannot delegate or assign their time to another individual. Is there anyone who would like to provide comments on a posted item? Okay, if there are no comments, let's go ahead and move on to our first agenda item.
And item number 2 is action to approve the agenda with the deletion of any items. Mr. Vice Chair, the agenda is in order for approval.
Thank you very much. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Fantastic. I'm going to say the mayor did that because, of course, our gracious mayor, she precludes everybody. We have a motion. Aye. Motion passes. Oh, actually, Chairman, can you hear us yet? I should have asked him to text
I don't know if you
me.
can hear me.
Oh, there he
but
is.
I can't hear you guys.
Okay, I think I think he said yes, right?
Did you vote aye for number 2, Chairman?
Chairman,
There
can
we
you
go.
say?
Now I can hear you.
There we go. And I guess that was an aye, correct?
That was an aye.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, next.
Item number 3 is action to approve the minutes of the February 8th, 2024 meeting. Mr. Chair, the minutes are in order for approval.
Okay, can I please have a motion on this one?
So moved.
Thank you so very much. Aye?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Item number 4 is to discuss the general manager's monthly report. Mr. Chair, I didn't prepare any slides for the report this month. We didn't have any projects that wrapped up construction to report on, although we do have a couple that are getting close. They just need to do some paving, and I'll be reporting on them in another month or two. I did want to note that we did open bids on the Jim McGoy detention basin on Frenchman Mountain, and so the county's vetting those bids, and we'll be coming back to this board with a report on the award of bids. So that project's moving along. We did have a citizen that came to the board meeting in September last year that was concerned about flooding in around his house, and this basin is right upstream of that house. So glad to see that project moving forward. And with that, that's the end of my report. Happy to answer any questions.
Okay, fantastic. Do any of my colleagues have any questions? Yes.
It's not a question, but just a comment. Thank you. That's my constituent, and he's going to be so happy. Yes. So thank you. And this is going to be huge for this detention basin, so thank you all.
Well, thank you very much, and please extend our thank yous to your resident who cared enough to come and say something.
Okay, thank you.
Fantastic.
Part 2 of your agenda is the consent agenda. These are items 5 through 13 are considered to be routine and may be acted upon in one motion if the board so desires.
Okay, fantastic. Well, we have an item. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you. Could I vote here? Aye?
Aye.
Motion passes. Next up.
Thank you. Part 3 of your agenda is discussion items. Item 14 is Town Wash, Mesa Boulevard, El Dorado to Town Wash. Item 14A is action to accept the project presentation. Item 14B is action to approve and authorize the chair to sign the interlocal contract for construction. Mr. Chair, this is a project the City of Mesquite is requesting construction funding for. We do have a presentation prepared, and Mr. Clark Barlow is here with Atkins Realis to present the project.
Hear me?
Not yet.
Move up a little closer, Clark.
Hello?
There you
There
go.
we go. Okay. All right, good morning. My name is Clark Barlow. I'm with Atkins Realis, and I'm pleased to be here to present on the Town Wash to Mesa Boulevard, El Dorado to Town Wash Storm Drain Project. This project was done in cooperation with the City of Mesquite, the Virgin Valley Water District, and the Regional Flood Control District. The project is located in the City of Mesquite near some important infrastructure, including an on-ramp to I-15 at Pioneer Boulevard. If you're familiar with the City of Mesquite, it's exit 122. There's currently an unlined channel right alongside that on-ramp. It also runs just south of Virgin River Casino and the Eureka Casino Resort, so quite an important area in the City of Mesquite. There's some known flooding issues in this area that this project aims to solve. The regional facilities that are proposed are currently listed in the City of Mesquite's flood control master plan on 2 flood control systems, one being the Town Wash Mesa Boulevard system, which is a tributary to Town Wash. And there's 5 flood control facilities proposed on that system, and then 1 flood control facility proposed on the Town Wash system, which will connect an existing reinforced concrete box storm drain with an open channel segment that travels eventually down to the Virgin River. The improvements consist of a reinforced concrete box storm drain that originates at the intersection of Mesa Boulevard and El Dorado Road. It jogs south at that intersection through some private property and then runs parallel to Mesa Boulevard. Just south of a private property there. If you're familiar, there's a McDonald's and a gas station kind of on that property. It then runs underneath Pioneer Boulevard into a 18-foot wide concrete box culvert, and then transitions into a 14-foot wide open channel before it connects to Town Wash, which then runs beneath I-15 and eventually confluences with the Virgin River. Some of the project elements are shown here. A typical section of one of the concrete channels is shown here on the bottom left of your screen. And then a typical section for the reinforced concrete box is shown on the bottom right of your screen. The top left shows the existing unlined channel in this area. And on the top right shows the intersection of the El Dorado Road and Mesa Boulevard site, which currently doesn't have any flood control improvements or collection facilities, which this project will provide. Total project cost is approximately $14.7 million, the vast majority of that being the construction cost of $13.5 million. Approximately $700,000 of that will be paid for by the Virgin Valley Water District to construct a water line along this project corridor. The remaining $12.8 million of construction cost is expected to be paid for by the Flood Control District. Other project costs are shown here, including design, environmental, right-of-way cost, and construction management. The status of the project is shown here. Design documents are 100% complete. All necessary right-of-way and easements have been obtained. The project actually runs within NDOT right-of-way, and so we've obtained an NDOT encroachment permit for both the flood control channel and the Virgin Valley Water District water line. All necessary local, state, and federal permits, including environmental permits, have also been obtained. The project is anticipated to be awarded in May of this year, with construction starting in July of this year, and we expect the construction duration to be approximately 12 months. With that, are there any questions?
Thank you very much. Yes,
I'd just like to say thank you. You know, we have detention basins or retention basins all across our city, and when we get a good rainstorm, they hold the water and put them into those 2 washes that the city has, very controlled, with the exception of Mesa. And everything comes off of that east side of the city, and by the time it gets to I-15, that little drainage you showed looks like a big swimming pool. And it just keeps getting worse. I can't tell you how much the city of Mesquite appreciates you guys taking care of this.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anyone else?
What kind of contingency do you have in the contract?
The cost estimate, the engineer's estimate has a 10% contingency built into it.
Thank you.
I might say, hey, I was remarking on how little you had to pay for right away. You know, maybe we'll just knock on wood on that one. Chairman Jones, did you have any comments that you'd like to add or questions?
No, excited. I know Commissioner Kirkpatrick is very excited about this prospect, so thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. It looks, although it's a small town, it looks like it's a big project and very well needed. I'll entertain a motion to, by the way, can we take this in one motion?
Actually,
there's
I'll
two-
read in a staff recommendation if that's okay.
Oh, okay, that'd be probably better, wouldn't it?
So staff would recommend you accept the project presentation item 14A. Item 14B is for the construction funding for this project with a fiscal impact of $13,336,743. We do have sufficient funds for this project. Staff recommends approval of item 14B.
I just get so, elated, so excited, if I was a doggy, my tail would be wagging to see hard-earned taxpayer dollars at work. Can these be taken in one motion, or do I have to do two?
I think one motion for 14A and B.
Yeah, you can do one motion for it.
Okay, I'll entertain one motion to approve both.
I would move to accept agenda item 14 in one motion, but with the amendments as added.
Okay, we have a motion. Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you, Mayor.
Item 15 is comments by the general public.
All right, this is our second time set aside for public comment. Anyone wishing to speak to the board, now is your second opportunity. Please come forward to the microphone to provide your comments and state your name for the record. And each individual is limited to 3 minutes for their comments and cannot delegate or assign their time to another individual. Is there anyone who would like to address the board? If not, I guess we'll end it up and we'll close this meeting.